Good day, everyone. So today we're gonna talk about the Crypto U. So this is an upcoming game, and surprisingly, this game is being made by BabySwap. So BabySwap, if you're not aware, is a DEX in Binance Smart Chain. So this DEX actually is a very decent DEX in my opinion, because this DEX has been around since June, and they even participated in the MVB3, which they actually pitted against Binaryx. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because the game is like a clone of Binaryx. So we're gonna get into that in a bit. But right now, let's look into the token of BabySwap. So right now you're seeing the price of BabySwap is $1.20. Now back then, it never hit $1. It went, well, it did hit $1, but maybe just for a few minutes maybe. But then it dropped all the way down to 30 cents, and I thought at that point the token was dead. Or not really dead, but maybe, it went into a slump, sometimes it happens. And it went to a slump as well for a long time, like since June up until all the way to August, then it rose up as high as that. Well, I was playing this token before because I liked BabySwap to a point that I even have NFTs bought with BabySwap. I have two baby first diaper babies, and they're giving me more babies. But anyways, that's beside the point. So, I mean, at that point when the token dropped to 30 cents, I was like thinking maybe, I don't know where it's gonna go. And I haven't really, I didn't really keep track on the DEX. But now, I saw it like earlier today, and I saw that the token went up to $1. And that made me wonder, like, why would this token go into $1? That's really weird. Because, unless they did something. And they did. I only found out because I was talking with one of the YouTubers in his Discord channel. It was Crypto Gaming Play to Earn. He normally does a lot of Binaryx videos. And he said that BabySwap has a game that's going to be released, and to my shock, it was this. So they called it the Crypto U, and they said it was a Binaryx clone. So I figured like, okay. So I wanted to see it for myself. So I mean, there's nothing yet to see much here on the main website, right? I mean, yeah, sure, they had the usual stuff here, the features, the characters, and so on. And I have no questions in terms of the integrity of BabySwap because, as I've said, I've been trading BabySwap a while back, and I know that this group is a solid team. It's just that we don't know who they are. But for me, they're solid because they've managed their decks well for a long time. They do a lot of collaborations. That's why I feel like this DEX has a long leg, has a bright future. But again, that's my opinion. Alright, so don't take my word for everything what I say, but that's where I'm looking at. So let's get into the game. So I did look into this. I just wanted to verify, like, is this really going to be like Binaryx? And it kind of is. It kind of really is. So the way it works is, right, you need to mint a hero. So same for Binaryx, you need to mint a hero. The only difference with Binaryx is that first they have the marketplace where you can get cheaper heroes if you don't want to risk your money to mint. Now the thing is, when you're gonna mint here, it's gonna cost you 100 babies. Now if the price was way back then, like it was around 30-40 cents, I wouldn't even mind minting that 100 babies. I mean, minting the hero for 100 babies, right? I mean, that would probably just net you around $40. But now the baby spiked up. The baby token spiked up. Why am I laughing? I can't take it seriously when you're calling about baby tokens. So anyways, the price spiked up to over $1.20. So that means that when you're gonna mint one hero, it's gonna cost you $120. So the question is the price gonna stay there or not, right? So it's a bit more expensive right now to mint. But honestly, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, Binaryx right now is like going around $180, right? So it's also expensive to mint new heroes in Binaryx. But it wasn't like that when it started. It was a bit cheaper. Not a bit, a lot. A whole lot cheaper. And you can mint like a lot of heroes back then. So for the case of BabySwap, it's going to be expensive. And of course, you're running on a risk of getting those random characters that might not be of value of what we compare to as the current amount of the token. So you might get a hero that's not feasible for a full-time job, then it's gonna be half the price when you're gonna sell it in the market. All right, so in any case, so that's the price for the baby token. I mean for the hero when you're summoning a hero in the game. And they also mentioned here that you can only redeem or mint up to 5 characters per day, so that's your limit per day. Alright, so that's the main difference. Then I looked at the leveling, pretty much similar, I'd say. I don't recall the exact amounts, but pretty much the way the mechanic works is that when you're leveling it up, you need 20,000 gold to level up in Binaryx. In here, you need to do 20,000 milk to level up to level 2, which is pretty much the same. I'm not very familiar with other levels because I never really got that far. But yeah, so it gets really expensive when you get to like level 4 to 5. Like you need 1,000 babies too, and 4,500 milk. We don't know how much 450k milk. We don't know how much the price of milk is. It will depend on how the token works. It's like gold, right? You don't know how we won't know how much exactly the price of the gold will be in the future, and same for milk. So we'll see how much that price goes. And you have to take note that there is a rate of failure starting from 5 to 6 and up, right? So 20%, 30%. And so I guess it goes to the question, right? Are you willing to risk that much? Because if you do that, then if you fail, then of course your hero will be burned. So you don't want to risk that, right? So that's a consideration. You might think about it. Okay. And roles, so again they have similar roles. I mean, in Binaryx you have rangers, you have thieves, you have mages, you have warriors, and so on. So they have 12 baby characters, which is double that, which is quite a lot. But we're not going to go through that. I mean, pretty much the idea is the same. They call them Bitcoin holders, hackers, altcoin collector, and so on and so forth. So the characters are adorable, I'd say, because that has been the trademark for BabySwap. They always use their baby mascots in most of their items, which is cool. I like it. It brings a lot of cuteness to the dex aspect. So attributes. So this is going to be the important part, right? Because this is what would define if your character is going to make it to the full-time job, or would they have to go through the part-time job. Now they also have fight, which is what Binaryx has, which is where you will do your dungeons. Now in here they call it differently, but we'll go through that in a bit. So let's go through mining again. So again, this is still the same concept. So this is where you earn milk. So you'll go to the warehouse. You have 2 characters here that is eligible to do their full-time job. So you have the Bitcoin holder, the altcoin holder, and again you have to take note the requirements, which is pretty much the same. Like vitality 86, grit 61. So you just take note of that, then that's how you will be able to do a full-time job, and this is how the earning will be. So same for energy station and so on and so forth. But I think there's an added item here. Yeah, so this one I think is pretty different. I'm not sure if it's available in Binaryx because I always take out my earnings like in a week or so. So I don't really take as far as 15 days, 30 days. So I wasn't really aware. And when I reviewed it, I didn't really see that requirement. But in any case, for this one, if let's say for 15 days, you didn't do anything, like you didn't even take out the salary of that, you didn't claim, for example, so your salary will be reduced to 80%. Then if you went to 30 days, then it will reduce for another 40%. Then 60 days, another 10%. So they're saying like, please claim your rewards or quit your job to bring your salary back to normal. So just make sure you need to do that. Then PvE, so this is where the dungeon part of the game comes in. So you'll have the level 1 to level 5 requirement, level 3 to level 7. So just take note on the requirements, the capability of your characters, and the tokens that you can earn are actually milk, baby, and keys, which is cool because they also have chests, which we'll get through here in a bit. Then in terms of enemies, there's still like 3 different enemies. Like, alright, I mean, you have the goblin, you have the goblin mage, and you have the boss. So pretty much I would say this is the same concept, right? Same idea. So let's go to the chest. So they'll have the 3 chests here, which is still coming soon. They don't have it. But definitely you'll be able to get tokens, equipments, and mounts, which is cool. Mounts, pets. I don't know if they're going to have that soon. But they don't have any information about it. Equipments can be drawn from silver chests, so which is good. mounts, same, pets. Then team battles. This is where you can pit your team against enemy teams. So yeah, so I don't think this will come anytime soon. Same for mounts and pets. I think they'll just go through first with the initial release of the mining and the PvE. Then they'll go through the chest, which will add in the equipment, which is where Binaryx is currently right now. So yeah, I think that's about it. So they have the dual token, so they have the baby and the milk. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still the same concept, right? The milk is for the in-game currency. The baby is for purchasing the actual unit. So yeah, with that, guys, I think that's it. It's pretty much Binaryx all over again, but definitely something I'm interested. So the good thing about it is that, you know, I mean, the Dex has been here for quite some time, and I know that they're here to stay. They're gonna do their best to develop whatever they can to make, you know, to put BabySwap into the map, right? Similar to maybe to ApeSwap or PancakeSwap, right? So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I just hope that the price, you know, I mean, the entry price is still a bit too steep for me, but we'll see. But definitely this is an interesting take coming from BabySwap. Anyways, with that, guys, thank you for watching the video. Hope to see you again in my future videos, and please stay safe, people.